And we're back that quick, and we're talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore.
Starring
I don't even think I
Pedro
said the title
Pascal.
of Last of Us. I looked up that title. I don't think I ever actually said that title.
Yeah, I think you did.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
Check it out, though.
Check out our Last of Us
We just
coverage.
got done
We
with
just
it.
finished the season, and now we're on to The Mandalorian. And we'll be covering this episode to episode through the season. Not day and date, but you'll get it a couple days later, a few days later. All right, so we open up the episode. Oh, no, let's just... What do you think about this episode? Some people were big on this episode, some people weren't.
I was big on this one. Especially, I mean, the first one was kind of like, okay, we're leading into another season.
Yeah, it was
it's forgettable.
It was like, I think I would have given it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. But this one I really, really enjoyed because I think the influence of Rebels is heavy in this, and some of the best stuff from Clone Wars, which there's a ton of it. You just got to kind of pick what you like.
There's plenty of it.
But the good stuff from Clone Wars is in this too.
I never watched Clone Wars, so.
And you bring in all the prequel stuff too.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, it's
and you get Legends, which I hope they incorporate all that great 90s stuff.
Yeah.
So that was some of the best Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And you saw a lot of the influence in this episode, especially.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love this episode. It's the best episode of the season out of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's another world-building episode, to be honest. But I think it works.
Yeah.
I think it works overall. I think it works very much world-building. I think it moves the story along. And I think it works.
Yeah. And it ties in season 1 as well. You know, you rode the mythosaur and all that, and that comes into play later. You know, when he met up with what was Nick Nolte's character?
Queel.
Yeah. You know, he brought that up about the Mandalorians and you know how they're supposed to be this amazing warrior race that tamed the mythosaur and blah blah blah. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
So it all ties in.
Yeah. Well, let's get right into the episode. So we open up with Belly. She's it's Bunta Eve on Tatooine, which is a reference to the prequels, of course. The Bunta Eve race, where Anakin races in the pod race, and Belly, of course, is being herself and scamming people out of money. And Mando comes in and is talking to Belly. Belly, that's her name, right? Belly. And
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. And she's excited to see Baby Yoda, of course, Grogu. And essentially, he tells her he needs a memory unit for IG-11 because he's going to go to Mandalore. The Jawas don't have one. He's not going to find one. So Belly convinces him to take this droid, it has to be. I think you're right. It has to be the same droid from New Hope that the Jawas tried to sell. He's all like messed up and scared, but ultimately Mando decides to take him and use him to go to Mandalore and test the environment. And that's pretty much all that happens in the scene. It's not really much to this scene, but you get to see, you know,
another great entrance from Mando.
Yeah,
you know, his entrances in these first 2 episodes have been pretty great.
Top notch stuff. So yeah, that's kind of all it is.
Yeah, not much to it. Yeah, the droid thing is like a throwback.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely a little reference.
Yeah.
So Mando leaves. He does buy the droid. She gets a free oil bath. So the droid's looking all nice and new at that point. So he goes to Mandalore. He's doing more of the teaching Grogu the navigation. He says, "This is where Bo-Katan was. This is where I grew up, and this is Mandalore." They fly down into Mandalore. And there's a lot of interference going on. He's like, well, that's because the fusion bombs caused a lot of interference. We're not going to be able to talk out of this because nobody will get our signal because we can't get out of that signal.
Which, at the beginning of each episode, these last 2, they've shown destruction of Mandalore. Did we get that in previous seasons? I don't remember that at all.
I think they kind of talked about it, that Mandalore may be poisoned and can't survive on the surface anymore.
Last episode, they showed, like, the attack.
Yeah.
At the intro.
Yeah.
And then bombing. And then this episode they showed like a huge explosion.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any of that.
No,
I could be wrong.
Remember.
It's been a while. Yeah. So, anywho.
So they get down to Mandalore, and he sends the droid out. The droid goes into this cave. He's going to where Bo-Katan told him that the mines of Mandalore would be. He sends the droid in. The droid disappears off the scope, and he's like, "Oh crap! I was hoping not to have to do this. I'm gonna go out there myself. Grogu, seal yourself in your pod and stay in here. I'll be back." So he goes in and finds the droid, and he finds these beasts that attack him, and they look just like the Morlocks from the Time Machine.
Yeah, right when you see them, that's the first reference that you go to is the Time Machine.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the Morlocks, nearly. So he attacks these guys, but he discovers that it's fine. Like all the atmosphere's fine. They can go out. Grogu can go out. They can breathe on this atmosphere. So Grogu and Mando decide to go down and find the mines of Mandalore. So they go down into this city center. It's all ruins at this point. And they're going through, and they get attacked by something, and Mando gets trapped in this cage and taken away by this big, like, mechanical beast who's like run by this like one little being, basically. And he takes him into this cave and has him like all.
It's
in
almost
this
like
thing.
Crane.
Yeah.
At that point from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Crane. Yeah, it definitely is. Or the other reference that comes later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Grievous. He looks a lot like Grievous.
Yep.
So Mando gets trapped and he's like attacking him. And Grogu comes in to try to help Mando, and he tells, "Go get Bo-Katan. Go tell Bo-Katan and get Bo-Katan to rescue me." Essentially. Yeah. So that's the end of that scene. Mm-hmm. Anything to say about that?
No, it was really cool to see the I like the design of the Grievous type character. Thought that was pretty creepy and really neat.
Yeah.
Another throwback. Here we are.
For sure.
This show does an amazing job of incorporating all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
To make
it's
making everybody happy.
Great little scene.
Yeah.
So Grogu gets back to the ship in his little pod. He runs away from the Grievous type character. Gets back to the pod. Gets back to the ship. Has the droid take him to Bo-Katan. He flies into Bo-Katan, and the droid comes in and tells Bo-Katan that there's a ship coming, and she's like, "Oh, let's end this once and for all. Let's tell him to go away once and for all."
I guess Bo-Katan just kind of sits in this chair.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Apparently.
In her armor.
Yeah. So
depressed, I guess.
Depressed. Like she has no army or anything anymore. So she goes out and just sees it's only Grogu, and she's like, "Well, where's Din?" Essentially, and he like kind of like, "Oh, you can't talk." So she decides to go with him. They go to Mandalore, and she goes into the cave with him and gets attacked by more of the Morlocks. I'm just gonna call them Morlocks because that's what they are.
Yeah.
And she beats him pretty easily, and she's like, "Oh, did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?" But he's seen them before, so he knows that, So she dispatches him easily, and they go down to rescue Mando. She gets to the part where he's being held, and gets into a fight with General Grievous Jr. That's what I'm calling him.
Grievous
and,
Jr.
Like she easily kills him with the Darksaber, which she can wield no problem because she's wielded it before. And she kills like his little body, but he climbs away out of the body. And she goes over to Mando's like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" He's trying to say something. He goes, "Oh, behind you," and like it's this bigger form. And so she uses the Darksaber and puts that droid bug, whatever it is, down for good at that point, and rescues Mando. Gives him some soup, and she's like, "Oh, you never had Pog soup?" Most Mandalorians were raised on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything about that part?
Yeah, no.
We're flowing through this episode.
Oh yeah, I mean these are all short episodes.
Yeah.
It feels like the Last of Us finale.
Yeah.
But
so yeah,
it's not much shorter actually.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
A cool little scene. Yeah, and I don't have a lot of time. That's why I'm kind of rushing through this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carolyn's our way. But so they talk a little bit, and Mandalorian says, "No, we're not leaving. I want to go to the mines." So they go down the mines. They find the mines of Mandalore, the water, and he's like, he goes in the water, starts reciting this thing, and Bo's kind of looking at him like, wow, this is like dedication, very dedication. And he walks down the steps, and all of a sudden he just boom right down in the water, all the way to the bottom. He doesn't have his jetpack on; he took that off, so he can't get out. So she jumps down to save him. And gets all the way to the bottom, grabs him, is taking him back up, and in the light from her jetpack, you see the amazing mythosaur.
Yes.
A living mythosaur, which
the
hasn't been around for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's the horned animal that Boba Fett has on his armor.
Yep.
So it is.
That's their logo.
Like the Mandalorian thing. It's the mythosaur. It's what the king of Mandalore, Mandalore the Great, he rode a mythosaur. It's essentially their dragon. Essentially, is what he like conquered, a lot of worlds with Mandalore, took over Mandalore with it. So, Bo-Katan knows it exists at this point, and she's rescued Mando, and that's kind of the end of the episode.
Yeah,
that's the end of it. It's a very quick, like action-packed episode, but not much to talk about recap-wise.
I think there may be a little love story here between Bo-Katan and Mando here.
They kind of are.
There could be something. I don't know. That's what I thought anyway. Watching this, I think they're making a connection.
They make a point though that he takes the Darksaber and puts it back on his belt.
Yeah.
Even though it should be Bo-Katan's, she just doesn't think she can take it. But I'm kind of the opinion that maybe that monster won it in a fight with Mando. He took it. And then she grabbed it and won the fight with that monster. So maybe it should be hers anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's too heavy to wield if you don't, if you're not deserving.
You're not worthy.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
It's a lot of good stuff in this.
Yeah, it's a quick review here.
Yeah.
Quick recap.
But a lot going on. Like you said, it is world building.
It's very much world building.
I really enjoyed this episode for it being a world building episode.
It's terrific. Yeah. Overall, like a lot of good story. Kind of getting Bo-Katan back into the story again because she's kind of like I'm done. I'm not doing anything. But
she's a major player.
At the end of this episode, seeing that mythosaur and seeing what Mando will do, I think she's back. She's back. I want to be a Mandalorian again. I want to take Mandalore back. I want to make this a world worth living in again. And she also discovers that Mandalore can be lived on. And
that's an opportunity. Yeah, it's not poisoned. There's an opportunity for us to establish our dominance again. Go back to what their ancestors did by riding this thing, which is probably, that's what's going to happen.
We're going to get that by the end of the season.
Yeah, they're going to tame it.
Somebody's going to tame it.
It's going to be a main character.
Oh, yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Overall, great episode.
Oh, yeah.
Some people didn't like it as much. I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than the first one. Mm-hmm. Much, much better. Moves the story along much better.
As far as watchability, I'll go back and watch this one.
We watched it twice already.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch this one more than I will the first one.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of it. There's not much to this one, to be honest. There's a lot to it and not much to it.
Give me longer episodes.
They like those 35-minute episodes.
I know they're trying to keep it like that old, serial, like those old set. They're kind of going with the 70s and 80s kind of, quick episodes, cliffhanger, which I enjoy. I love this show no matter what.
Yep.
For the most part.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a quick one. Less than 15 minutes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, you can find us Basement Movie Room on YouTube, Basement Movie Room on Patreon, Basement Movie Room on Twitch.
Yep.
You can find us anywhere. Thanks for watching. And
check us out on Friday.
Yeah, check us out on Friday. We'll be back with movie reviews and probably another review of The Mandalorian on Friday. All right.
Cheers.
See you next time.
Till next time.
That's right.